Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kingdom Child channel. This is Shanna here bringing you another video. Um, Today is Saturday, April 13th. There we go. And I literally just woke from another dream, and I'm going to get right to it. Okay, so I dreamt that I was back in Washington, D.C., where I grew up. In my 20s, I resided in an apartment, and I was coming out of an apartment. Not sure if it was mine. I'm thinking it was mine in a dream. So I'm kind of coming down the stairs, and I'm outside of the front door. And when I glance up, there's a street that comes horizontally, and then there's one that's like directly straight in front of me. Okay, so I see this little girl. She had to be about, I don't know, eight, maybe eight, nine. And she was running down the middle of the street, with an animal in her hand. Her hands were above her head, but she was way down on the other side. So it was really hard to make out what in the world does this little girl have in her hand. It appeared to be like a baby cub or something. It was brownish, black, I don't know. It was kind of chubby, I don't, but baby, a little. And this was a baby bear, to be exact. I know I mentioned cub, but it was a baby. It was a bear cub. So I guess I continued, on my way in down the steps, if you will, and I look back up, and here she is running much closer this time, but down the same street in my direction, with an eagle in her hands. Her hands are above her head, and she's holding the feet, or ankles, if you will, of this ginormous eagle. And I'm like, oh my goodness, because if you put two and two together, this eagle is way, way bigger, in strength than she is. So I'm standing there in awe as this little girl is running down the middle of the street so fast. And this eagle, now I do remember that I don't know how she started to flap its wings, but it starts to flap its wings pretty much, and she begins to be lifted rather, up into the air. So at this point, they're no longer running toward me, if you will. The bird begins to fly at an angle and begins to shift to its left, which would have been my right. So now I'm running, and I'm running up, running down steps, running up this hill, trying to catch up with her, fast enough to tell her to let go, is what I screamed. So, mind you, there's this open field. I know these sets of rows of apartments kind of face each other, the entrances. And so she's dangling in the middle of this field. And this eagle drops her after going up so high, about 2 stories. And she falls. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I'm running to her. And I lift her. I'm like, you need to go to the hospital, like, fast. Because I knew some things were broke. She broke something. So I take her to the emergency room. And I'm trying to put her name into the machine. So as I'm like, okay, well, what is your name? What is your mom's name? Do you know your number? Just asking her questions. There was a doctor that walked past, white lab coat, everything, and she kept saying Benghazi, Benghazi, something, something, and I'm like, well, what is Benghazi? So I'm trying to figure out how to put her name in the doctor must have recognized who she was, as if she maybe had been there before several times and heard me trying to get this girl's name. And she said, oh, well, that's Benghazi such and such and such. Just like four different wordings there. And so I'm trying to type this in, and she said it a second time. And for the life of me, for some odd reason, I don't know if I was just in shock. I just, I'm trying to like focus and, type her name in. But the doctor ended up leaving. And I was only able to put in Benghazi. I guess that was the first name, maybe, and the second. But as of right now, since waking from the dream, I do not remember the second name. And I just stated, okay, well, I'll put the first and last, the first two names. And when they, type her in the system, maybe the full thing will pop up, as long as they have that. And so now I asked her mom's name. She gave it to me. I don't think she knew the address. But the number, she said her number, but when I typed it in, I looked up because I had it the first round, how they have like the suggested letters and stuff, and a number popped up. And again, when I first woke, I was trying to struggle to see if it was like a 605 something, the area code, or if it was like 805 55 something. I'm thinking really hard, right? So I'm like, what in the world? So, and then after that, I mean, I'm like, okay, I don't really pay any mind. So, she must have went in the back. I came back out to the lobby, and I must have had, a coupon book or something, or whatever the original reasons I left the building that day. Maybe it was, I guess I was attempting to go to the ATM, but I didn't have a wallet. I had a coupon, and it had a big picture, like the pictures you can just tear out little squares and get little discounts on different things and deals. It had a big lobster on it. And I think I was trying to use the coupon for the machine or something. And I don't know if that worked. And I think I was like, okay, I need to go elsewhere. But as I was doing that, people were like picking up my coupons. I do remember that. And it was like, oh, hey, this fell out, and they'll hand it to me. Or, oh, hey, here's one here. And then one guy, he was like, oh, yeah, well, can I take, he was like, oh, I want to take this one. It's something, something, something. So I'm like, okay, everybody got my coupons. All right, cool. Like, I had plenty coupons. So yeah, that, I don't know. That was, really interesting. Never had that dream before, and I say that because several times I'll have certain dreams like replay, like the countdown of me sitting in front of TV, or some of the water dreams. But this one was different, and I had asked the Lord the other day, actually. I'm like, okay, haven't had anything. Is there anything, you want me to, know or show the people? And this is what I have. So, guys, y'all know, very quickly that I'm not an interpreter. I only, just give what's been given because it was stated last year that was what I was supposed to do. Okay, so obviously we know the little girl, right, as far as analysis of this dream, was running over her head with, looks like a baby bear. I don't know why I thought Russia, because it was way down. She was way down the other side of the road, right? And then, or the other side of the country. And then once more, she came running down the middle of the street with the eagle, which obviously we know represents, American. So America. So I think those were the country mascots, if you will. So we got Russia, we have America. The running down the street, I don't know what that. She was running pretty fast, from what, but she was holding it over her head. I'm not really sure exactly what that means. Straight down the middle. I don't know why I'm thinking. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. But it was brought to my attention that the little girl's phone number, which I believe was the 805, we looked up the different area codes, because I don't know why I was thinking Florida, but it actually was California. And I don't know why I was thinking as far as the street. Which would make sense, because like with the San Andrea fault line, the girl was running down a straight line, and I don't know. So it's maybe like two different things going on, two or three different things going on here with the countries, and then with America, and then with the money. Well, there wasn't any money. I was trying to obtain money, but I had to cash in something else to retrieve the money from a machine that didn't disperse anything. To where was headed to go to another place to see why that wasn't working, why I wasn't receiving any money out of the machine. And the money, I guess, the coupons that did, I guess, have value, people clearly either went through it and it took some and they gave a little bit back, or so yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on and let you guys know that this is what I've dreamt just now. you know if y'all have any perspectives, please put those in the comments below. All right, guys, be blessed. Bye.